Yo, yo, what up, my beautiful dowdies? How's everyone doing today? I'm your host, Fao, and let's talk about the best light cones for your account. Honkai Star Rail is out for a while, and we got a lot of light cones. We got a bunch of light cone options, we got a bunch of free-to-play options, we got a bunch of paid options, we have a lot of things out there, and there's a lot of ways to play this game, especially if you have certain light cones. Light cones do bring a lot of flavor. Love or hate them, or if you don't summon for the signature ones, or if you do, light cones can bring a lot of playstyles to certain team compositions. And in this video, we're going to go over the top 5. So let's get straight into the video. These are the top 5 best light cones to use in Honkai Star Rail. Then on the number 1 spot, or the first one on the list, we have the 3-star GOAT of the game, Mashing Cogs. Now, I think a lot of people might hate Mashing Cogs, or they just don't like using a 3-star, but in my opinion, this is actually one of the more valuable things you can have on your account. But this is, of course, especially for free-to-play players. I don't think any paid or high spender has any value for this, but this is still a very valuable light cone. That this is a 3-star light cone is just amazing, After the wearer uses an attack or gets hit, additionally generates 4 energy. This effect cannot be repeatedly triggered in a single turn. Now, of course, we're gonna go for the maxed superimposition 5 because this is what it's about. It's the 8 energy, and a lot of Harmony characters, if not all Harmony characters, could use this light cone and just see way better consistency in what they bring for your team composition. Put this on Ting Yun, she's going to have better ult uptime. Also because she gets hit, right? Put this on a Ron Mei and she's going to get better ult uptime. Put this on an Asta, she's going to get better ult uptime. Harmony characters most of the times have a lot of ult value, ultimate is really their bread and butter most of the time. Getting this light cone on one of these supports just brings so much more flow and consistency to any team composition. And yes, this is a 3-star, and this is inevitable to not get superimposition 5, this is just it's going to happen. You're going to do summons, you're going to get this superimposition 5, and especially for newer players or for people that don't have enough Harmony light cones or got unlucky or something, Mashing Cogs is just a super valuable option and will always, from now to the end of time, for what I said before, for newer players or whatever, just be a very good light cone. Now, this might change along the way if we get like a event that has some sort of 4-star version of this that has energy and just a better overall gain of energy in some sort of way. But for now, I'm going to put this on the list, and I think this is a very good lifesaver. It saved my life, especially in the beginning stages of the game, and from time to time, I still use this. It can give a lot of flow to your account. It's very nice, very consistent, and very easy to use and to get. Then on the number 4 spot, we have Memories of the Past. Memories of the Past is maybe one of my favorite light cones in the game because I use this light cone religiously on Ron Mei, and I think a lot of you guys are as well, or you are using it on the Harmony Trailblazer. Now, this light cone is not as flexible as Mashing Cogs in a way, right? I do think you really want to use this light cone on a character that could utilize the break effect, but because of the rise of the break meta, I think if you have just one copy is enough already, right? One copy of Memories of the Past is going to be insanely valuable for any account, paid or non-paid, right? Because you have multiple Harmony break effect synergistic characters now, and if you have Ron Mei's signature light cone, then you can put this on the Harmony Trailblazer, and then they both have synergistic break and energy, and they just have the very good flow of the game. Now, if you are a free-to-play player, then this light cone is amazing. If you sniped it on one of the banners or multiple copies, this is going to be so good for your Ron Mei or your Harmony Trailblazer. I do think that this is better for Ron Mei, but Ron Mei has more options, This is just so nice to get that threshold on Ron Mei and just gives her way better ult uptime. It's just so nice. And if you have that Super Imp 5, it just skyrockets in value, right? But on Super Imposition 1, it's increased the wearer's break effect by 28%. When the wearer attacks, additionally regenerates 4 energy. This effect cannot be repeatedly triggered in a single turn. So this is extremely valuable. This light cone, I think, is going to take a lot out of Star Rail, which is they're not going to do, I think, in a long time, to make this like useless. I think this is going to be very good for a very long time because it is easier to get, and At some point, I think everyone will get it, unless you're extremely unlucky, right? You're going to do summons, and you're going to get light cones from now and then, and this is one of those light cones that is almost worth summoning for on one of the light cone banners if it's on it, you know. But if you do snipe it on the standard banner, or when you're doing summons for a limited 5-star or whatever, you do get this. This is a massive W. Just with the break meta now, this is a super valuable light cone, and I don't think you can go wrong equipping this on one of your characters. Then on the number 3 spot, we have On the Fall of an Eon. Now, this is again a very good free-to-play option. However, because Firefly is in the game, this thing skyrocketed in value. I think, even if you spent money, that this light cone is just so good, and it's just only on S5 in my opinion, you know, if you have it not S5. It's a bit weird, you know, because it's for free. You can get this in the Herda store, you know, for the simulated universe. What it does, it's when the wearer attacks, increase their attack by 16% in this battle. This effect can stack up to 4 times. After the wearer breaks an enemy weakness, increases damage dealt by 24%, lasting for 2 turns. Now, this is of course crazy for Firefly, and this was also one of the reasons why Firefly was such an insane must-pull, like free-to-play option, right? Not only do you don't have to pull for Light Cone because this is in the game, it synergizes with her attack percentage and the weakness break. Now, this is a good light cone for any destruction character in my opinion, and that's why it's so goated in my way, you know? Donheng goes crazy, Jing Liu goes crazy. Any destruction character out there can use this light cone and will just go off in value, you know? And it does have more value because of Firefly, and that's why I think that this light cone is so good. And a lot of people have Firefly, that's just what it is. And this light cone is just one of the better ones in the Herda store, you know, options. I think this is the best one, hands down. And the reason why it's on the number 3 spot is just flexibility, and it's free. And I think because it's free and it's a free S5, anyone can get this, you know, and it just has a lot of value, and it will have a lot of value to the end of time. Yet again, like the Memories of the Past, just extremely good, and I think any free-to-play account is going to have a lot of fun with this light cone. Now, Giga whales have no value for this, of course, because they're probably just going to get the signature light cone, but this is 100% a very strong light cone for your account. Then on the number 4 spot, we have But the Battle Isn't Over, and this is the first actually 5-star light cone. I think that the previous one is 5-star, but it doesn't really count because it's free. This one is, however, also not signature. This Bronya light cone just was different, right? From the start of Honkai Star Rail, it was a conversation: should I save my extra points from doing summons to get this in the shop, you know? And if you got this light cone, it's just extremely valuable. What it does is increase the wearer's energy regeneration by 10%. And we all know how important supportive units are with energy regeneration, right? Getting their ult uptime, having the big ultimates, getting a better flow of the game is incredibly crucial with energy regeneration. So this alone is crazy, right? But then it gets crazier, guys. It regenerates 1 skill point when the wearer uses their ultimate on an ally. This effect can be triggered once every 2 uses of the wearer's ultimate. When the wearer uses their skill, the next ally taking action except the wearer deals 30% more damage for 1 turn. Now, this is just crazy. This is a universal broken harmony light cone. Of course, it works really well on Bronya, but this works almost on every single harmony character out there. And this is just an unbeatable light cone still to this day. I think this, if you have this, it is super valuable. Having this light cone 100% makes or boosts any account, right? Because if you somehow have this on Super Imposition 5, you're just winning by default because the flow of the game is crazy with extra 18% on top of the rope, right? But just 1 copy is enough, and if you do not use your Bronya anymore, you can do this on any character, you know? You can put this on your Ron Mei, you can put this on your Sparkle. Even though that Sparkle already has like a very good, well-rounded kit with energy regen, it could work for more skill point efficiency and more damage on your team. This is almost an inevitable good thing for any account or any harmony character, right? It doesn't really matter what harmony unit you have. This light cone on top of that harmony unit, you will just do more damage and you have a more consistent flow on the game. Now, yet again, this could be a free light cone, you know? This is a 25% loss on the light cone banner, or you can get this on the standard banner by luck, or you can save up the points, what I said before. If we go to the store, if you do go to the Starlight Exchange and you save up 600 of these, you could get 1 copy, and you are set then for a very long time. You know, this is going to give you a lot of value. Now, this was a very big thing for the first few months in Honkai Star Rail. I think after we just got more options, more light cones, more characters, this decreased in value also because Bronya decreased in value, but it is still going to be a very good option, and 100,000% out of all the standard light cones that we have, this is still the most valuable one. So it could be an option. It is, especially if you're free to play and you don't summon on light cones, this could be still a very good option for you to get. Now, I love this light cone. Sadly, I don't own it. You know, I didn't snipe it or I didn't save my points for it because it is a way also better to just get the points for more characters, because more characters is better team building and whatever, you know. The whole light cone pulling thing is just still controversial on my part, but this is still a very good option and it's very flexible. Very nice to have. Then before going to the number one light cone, I just want to put out an honorable mention. And the honorable mention is just any signature light cone. Any signature light cone on the signature character is of course going to be crazy. Now, this is not free-to-play friendly, but it is in fact their best in slot, right? We cannot ignore the fact that any signature light cone on the signature character is going to be the best option. If you have enough pulls, and there's a lot of free-to-play players that pick up characters with their light cones, it is not unheard of, right? It is not unheard of that free-to-play players, even them, have signature light cones and even multiple ones of them. I still think there is a bit of controversy around this, you know. I still think that I like characters more than light cones. I have never spent a single ticket on the light cone banners. It's also the way I like to play the game. I still think that you don't need them. There's other ways of playing the game and other people that think signature light cones keep these limited 5-star characters more premium for a longer time, right? So that they don't fall off as hard. But I don't know, the game is evolving in a way where I think that these weapons can go the wrong way, right? There is still that 25% chance that you miss. So let's say I would now go for a light cone and I would get a standard banner light cone. It feels destructive. It just feels really, really bad, you know? And that's why also you should pick and choose on good options. I do think that other signature light cones bring more value, you know? I do think that they're better ones. Like when the Jingliu light cone came out, we clearly saw that that one was crazy, right? At its time. And we just have a lot of good light cones out there. But yeah, it's a good honorable mention, I think. It is still to consider if you really love one specific character. Getting their signature light cone or maybe some Eidolons, whatever, can bring and skyrocket this value for this character 100,000%. Then the last one on the list is going to be none other than the GOAT of light cones, Dance, Dance, Dance. Dance, 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 if you spend money or you're a free-to-play player, has probably the most value out of any light cone in this game. It is so fun to see this on a 4-star, and having an S5 just gives you so much advancement forward. It's crazy, right? Even 16% is very good on Super Imposition 1. And what this light cone does, what maybe a lot of people don't understand, is if you are zero cycling or you want a better flow on the game, this light cone alone can carry compositions. This light cone just makes or breaks the flow of certain team compositions. If you put a Dance, 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 let's say on Tingyun, Tingyun has a technique where she can get her ult instant. If you have Dance, 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 this means on minute, second one, turn one, whatever, you know, like instantaneously when you join the fight, we have a advancement forward. And I do this with my Dill composition. I have Sparkle, Dill, Tingyun, and then Fushuan. I ult instantly Dill for his ult uptime, you know, and his damage. The whole party advances in such a way because of my speed tuning that Sparkle then goes after Tingyun, then Sparkle brings up Dill, and it means because of Dance, 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 I instantly get a turn before everything else, and I get a fully maxed stack damage. 3 skill point usage Dill basic attack, you know? So Dance, Dance, Dance enables a lot of compositions out there, and people that are whales or heavy spenders or are very tryhard in the game that want to zero cycle, you know, this is like the light cone for those compositions as well. Dance, Dance, Dance is so valuable that it is even more valuable than certain 5-star signature light cones, you know, because of how how it's structured. And I think that getting a few of these or sniping one of these is always valuable. Now, of course, S5 is a completely different ballgame than S1, and depending on what super impositions you have different speed tuning as well, right? Because the percentages are different. So This Lightcone can also be a bit difficult to use in a way because you need more management in your overall team. But when you get the management off and you do have a proper build, this Lightcone is broken. It is so disgusting and it's so nice to use. On top of that, then you can do multiple copies. If you have multiple dances, then it's even crazier, right? There's some people that just stack this Harmony Lightcone on all the Harmony units in their team, you know? It is so fun to see. And it is, in general, more broken because it's a supportive playstyle. And if we look at the whole list that we have, over half of this list are Harmony Lightcones. And Harmony, supportive playstyle and making sure that your DPS has a better flow or more damage is just the way to go in these games, you know? Supportive stats are just that broken. And these Lightcones show also on how strong they can be. And Dance 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 is no exception. I love this Lightcone, and I think a lot of people might find it weird or bad because it doesn't actively give them damage. And it might be weird, you know, especially newer players like, what is this? Advancement forward, you know, like, I just want more damage for my character. I understand that, and it also takes more understanding of the game. But give it a try, maybe mess around with it. It is 100% one of the most, if not the most valuable Lightcone in the entire game. Now, I find it very cool to see that in this list, in my opinion, there's a bunch of free-to-play options, you know, or not only signature Lightcones, minus the honorable mentions, of course, but I think Honkai Star Rail has a great Lightcone fiesta, in a way, if you want to say it like that. I think that this game has a lot of cool options, and Lightcones, like we said in the beginning, can be a key mechanic for a lot of these compositions. I think these are the most valuable ones, or that give you the most value on any account, you know, the most overall flexibility and just the most value on their stats and ease of use as well, you know. These Lightcones helped me out a lot as well. I almost used every single one of them, and they 100% showed difference in strength when I got to use them. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think is a very insane Lightcone that I maybe didn't put on the list. Maybe you guys want to talk more in depth about a signature Lightcone on a specific character, you know, because there's also signature Lightcones on other characters that can pop off all of a sudden. Let's take Yunli's Lightcone. Yunli's Lightcone is a very fun one that can work on Jing Liu, for instance, to get more chances to get hit, and because she gets hit more, she can get more ult uptime, so she cannot leave her enhanced state, you know. Fun stuff like that. Or it makes Clara a better unit, you know. So there's a lot of fun things out there that Lightcones enable. And let me know your takes and stories. Let me know your builds with your cool Lightcones. I would love to hear that in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Means the world to me if you could do that. Make sure to join the Discord. We're trying to grow the community even further. And if you want to support the channel even further, then become a member. I love you all, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care. Peace.